What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase. This week I have a Spartan Mandalorian that I painted myself. If you remember the Instagram page Custom Brick Builder or CBB, then you'll know he was a huge inspiration for minifigures like this one. He was an incredible painter and made awesome minifigures like this Spartan, which is the direct inspiration for the figure that I painted. Now, I didn't want to recreate this one exactly because that would be kind of weird, but I did want to sort of make my own version, which is where this one comes in. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually bought the Mandalorian parts directly from CBB. However, if you're interested in doing something similar, you can get them from Nate's Minifigs. It will take a long while to ship, but it will ship. However, on the other side, the Spartan parts directly, and I know Spartan's not the right word here, maybe Roman. However, the other parts, the spear, the shield, and like the waist thing, that all comes from Brick Warriors. I'll link to them down below as well. They have a huge variety, and they're extremely cheap. While I know this pales in comparison to the CBB version I just showed you, I am still really proud of how this turned out. This was a test of patience for me, and well, if there's one thing you really should know about me if you haven't figured it out already, I am not a patient person. But this minifigure started as a completely white minifigure, a completely monochrome white figure. Everything was just the normal white plastic, and I transformed that into what you see before you. And that meant spending a long time putting layer after layer after layer of red over the torso and the arms, and also making sure that I got the toned flesh and all of that as I wanted it to be. Is this 100% perfect? No, I don't think this is a minifigure that if I tried to sell anyone would want to buy, but I'm also not going to try to sell this. This is very much just for me, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. There are absolutely things that I could do differently. For instance, I like how the legs turned out, but they're also not quite where I would want them to be. I know I could do a little better on the line work, maybe add some shadows or whatnot, but for a first try, and again this was like a year ago at this point, I think it turned out alright. I am by no means an expert on this kind of stuff. I do paint miniatures and everything, but Lego is a different form entirely. And it also needs to be pointed out that I literally added zero weathering to this guy at all. I did a little bit on the shield, but the figure itself, no. And another thing that should be pointed out is the pretty big downside of painting minifigures means that you're not really going to be using them for anything but display. The arms and the legs are pretty much stuck exactly as they are here. There are some ways to get around that so you don't chip off the paint, but for the most part, this is staying how it is. Oh, and I also really like the helmet here. This silver paint was quite difficult to work with. It did not want to stay on there, and so it took multiple layers to do, and I like how the gold trim came out around it. I really do enjoy that choice. Again, this is a guy I'm pretty happy with, and if I went back and redid it, I know it would come out a lot better now. But next week, someone better call Batman because his nemesis got some Mando armor. Remember, if you want to make figures like this yourself, the links to where you can buy parts are in the description down below. And while you're down there, let me know your thoughts and guesses for next week. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, check me out on Discord, Instagram, and of course on Patreon, where you can join all these wonderful people and get shoutouts like Jonathan. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.